All right.
All right, sorry guys. Nigeria can never tell what will happen, and that's why we need the change. We're back. Sorry guys. Yeah, Mr. Henry, as we are saying, you know, we're now looking into the choice of Governor Ifeanyi Okowa as
Hmm.
a running mate to Atiku. Who is Ifeanyi Okowa, Mr. Henry?
Mr. Ben, I didn't expect us to go this route. Um, yes, I have my reservations. But yes. But all the same, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, he's a politician and presently the currently the present governor of Delta State, a young man at that,
Okay.
a very skilled politician
Mm,
that knows what to get what he wants.
mm,
And I think that if I may say, is one of the oldest loyalists to PDP, so to say. He has been in PDP right from inception. Come rain, come sun, he has too strong. So he's a very good politician, a very smart one at that, very smart one at that. And I give him the kudos. At least congratulations to him. He got UVP ticket, and I pray it goes well with them. I just hope it goes well with them.
do you think Ifeanyi Okowa has what it takes to deliver the South South and the Southeast to PDP?
Mm, well, Mr. Ben, well, like I said, he's a grassroots politician, and he has been on ground
Mm,
for quite a long time. Um, the politics in South South is not new to him. Um, he is one of the most senior PDP stakeholders in in South South. Then come to Southeast. Um, do they have option? I think they do. In the person of P2B.
okay.
And also, yes, and also coming to the terms that in Southeast, PDP has three states or four states.
Two states
It's
only
four.
now. Two, just two.
Hmm. Enugu,
Enugu and Abia
Abia,
State. Yes.
Enugu and Abia State. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's two now. Those two states. Okay, let me. I can speak for Enugu, but that of Abia, I think they are having serious crisis right now because of Governor Bazu and his style of leadership.
Mm,
And also his choice of who becomes the governor after him. So as it stands now, I think Abia State, PDP in Abia State and disarray. I learned Abaribe left,
yeah, he has gone
left.
to Abaribe has gone to Abga.
And you see, a man like Abaribe is not somebody you throw away. You understand, with his wealth, with his knowledge in politics and how long he has been on ground, Abaribe is an asset that must not be thrown away. And I guess the environment became so tense for him, he had to look for another shelter. Then coming down to Imo State, I wouldn't say Imo State is APC. Can really speak it, Mr. Ben.
Okay, sir.
I wouldn't say Imo State is APC. Yeah, forget the fact that the governor is APC, but we still have very key PDP players, key players in Imo State that can as well help Governor Ifeanyi Okowa to muscle some votes from that place. Anambra, the politics of Anambra when it comes to presidential issues, they don't go the way of Abga. They only hold that party down maybe during gubernatorial stuff, House of Assembly. When it comes to federal might, especially the presidency, I think it's always negotiated. You understand? Yeah, it depends on who comes to them and puts something on the table. I think that's it. Then that's the way it swings. So, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, to a large extent, I feel he might be able, means the word might, he might be able to bridge it, but I'm not too sure. South, I guess he can, but Southeast, I'm not too sure.
So you think people like Governor Ifeanyi Okowa is more formidable than Governor Wike?
It's relative. It's relative. It depends on how you look at it. You know, in politics, at times, being quiet is an asset, but also being rugged too is also an asset. And I so much believe that there's no serious love lost between these two guys. It's just all about interest. And I hope, and I just look forward to both of them working together. If both of them can work together, okay, I think they can cover more grounds.
Okay. My question, the question I'm going to ask you now is, so if there is this agitation for power to shift to the Southeast, is it that the two governors of PDP are not politically viable enough for them to be picked as to deputize Atiku? Secondly, in the PDP from the Southeast, we have people like Senator Ekwenife. We have people like Senator Abaribe, who is a very popular senator, being the minority leader and a very outspoken minority leader. We never had it that good to see a senator that is outspoken, that is not afraid to criticize the government. You know, we have the former deputy Senate president, Senator Ike Kuremado. We have the former governor of Anambra, the former governor of Enugu State, Senator Chimaroke Nnamani. You know, we have the former deputy speaker and the former governor of Imo State, the person of Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha. You know, these are but a few prominent names from the Southeast. Is it that these people are not capable of delivering the Southeast to the PDP? That's why they were not chosen by Atiku.
Mr. Ben, I don't really think so. You know, also, it's a game of choice. The question should have been, do you think they want to play second fiddle? Do you think so? They were clamoring for presidency. They were clamoring for the seat of the president, so to speak. Do you think any of them would have loved to deputize Atiku and return back to his people and tell them not to bother? Why did P2B leave PDP? I think that should be the question. Why didn't Atiku and co bring him in like before and sit down with him and discuss with him and agree with him? Why did they allow him to leave?
But he left before the primaries, and nobody knew who was going to win the primaries. The primaries
no. Yes, I understand, but I don't think so. Had they been, in my own view, had they been Atiku approached P2B, because you saw the scenario. Even when Atiku declared, P2B was in that place.
Yes.
Did you see him?
Yes, sir.
I felt all he wanted was a level playing ground. Let me see if this man, he can't wait until he's been disgraced now. He can't wait until he doesn't have value anymore.
But the other, when you say he can't wait until he's been disgraced, he was not PDP had 17 aspirants that bought forms. So P2B, what makes P2B different? 17 people contested. We have people like Dele Momodu that didn't get any votes. We have people like what's it called? I just mentioned Dele Momodu that didn't get any votes.
Anyim is there. Power Sanyim is there.
Yeah, we have people like Power Sanyim that that had only 14 votes, even as a
You have
Senate,
Emmanuel Odum is there.
yeah, a former Senate president and a former SGF. He had only 14 votes. We have
Yes.
we have people from the Southeast that had 0 votes. You know, so
Mr. Ben. Not everybody that went to that pool or that went for that process was ready to run with it. Yes or no? Okay, I'll give an example now. The likes of Ekiti State Governor.
He had zero votes.
No. He chickened out.
No, he didn't step down. He had 0 votes.
He did. If you watch the comment, he did. He knew right from onset. That 100 million was just like a sacrifice. He knew. Most of these guys, you see, the truth is that was why the APC was saying we have to filter it down. Most of these guys, they buy this form hoping to be lobbied, believing that they will call to the table. Let's talk. Should in case you win, what is in for me? You get? The likes of Anyim Pius Anyim knew he was not going anywhere. He doesn't even have the money.
After being a former Senate president and a former SGF, I mean,
how long has he been down, Mr. Ben? How long has Pius Anyim been down?
Last administration of is still regarded as the immediate last administration, because we've not had a different administration since they left.
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
You know one bad thing with these politicians in Nigeria? 95% of them do nothing apart from politics. You think they have money? Once they're out of power, give them 4 years. Just 4 years. They do nothing. They are not entrepreneurs. They are not businessmen. Nothing. Apart from what comes from the treasury. So the likes of Pius Anyim know fully well that he wasn't going anywhere. He just wanted to be relevant. The likes of Odum Emmanuel, the governor of Akwa Ibom, knew he wasn't going anywhere. Seriously. I can keep naming them. So the question is, those in Southeast, were they willing? Were they willing? Were they ready? Were they pushing for it? You can't just go and pick somebody now that is not prepared for it. And the preparation doesn't come during the election. It doesn't just come a few weeks to the primary. For example, now the likes of Ifeanyi Okowa has been on this game since 2019. Do you know that?
So he has been wanting to deputize whoever that wins.
Of course, 2019, even when he had issue with Wike, he was not the same page with Wike 2019. Because Wike was rooting for Tambra. He stood by. If Delta State Delegate 2019 voted for Atiku.
So what was the whole stuff there of the Asaba declaration? If you
that
already
is
want to deputize
that is Wike's present anger. He told us to, Mr. Ben, I don't want to go into the Okowa's political play for some reasons which you know. So let's just keep it hanging and we just keep watching.
Okay. Let's look at your candidate, Peter Obi. What do you have to say about Peter Obi picking Doyo Kukwe from Ogun State as his running mate?
Well, did we really pick Mr. Doyo Kukwe? No. Was it that the Labour Party picked him? No.
So who picked?
Did you hear Peter Obi speak about him?
Did he pick himself?
No, wait, Mr. Ben. Did you hear Peter Obi? You saw every other person. They announced on their platforms that I've chosen. Atiku came and had a conference,
okay,
a press briefing, so to say, press briefing, and said he has chosen Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa as his running mate.
Okay.
You had Tinubu, and he said, "What's that man's name from Katsina?"
Masari, the younger brother of the governor.
Yes, that he has chosen him.
Okay.
You can attest to the fact that P2B has never said trust. Why?
So
What was
Toyo Kupe choose himself, Mr. Henry.
the Yokuba just have to fill in the gap.
He fill in
Why
the
they
gap.
keep? Yes, why he knows why they keep doing consultation.
So
We are speaking the north.
if you are saying, Mr. Henry, if you are saying that Toyo Kupe filled in the gap by picking himself, what was your principal doing?
Well, of a truth, P2B is a technocrat.
Okay.
I believe he wanted the party to formally root for somebody of high moral standard
So
that can work with him. Wait, let me finish now, Mr. Ben.
okay.
Wait, let me finish now, Mr. Ben.
Okay.
Even if he wasn't in town,
Okay.
I learned few. And I say one thing with people like this: you don't just bring a referral to him that will not compliment him.
But you know the choice of choosing a running mate is the prerogative of the candidate, not the party.
Of course, but the party also has a role to play.
The party has a role to play, but if your principal cannot choose his running mate, how can he fix the problem of Nigeria?
No. Don't forget. P2B barely joined Labour Party less than 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken.
P2B, Mr. Henry, P2B declared for the presidency of Nigeria. That means P2B knows Nigeria needs an immediate and action-driven president. He cannot sit him back and saying, "Oh, I'm having a field in for me."
But Mr. Ben, you know why the issue of
immediate answer is that how P2B is going to rule Nigeria? Mr.
No.
Henry.
You know why this VP slot issue is not a problem. Even in the constitution, there's a provision that stipulates that the VP, your candidate, can be changed period before the general election.
No, not period before the general election. By 15th of July. That is the latest you have to change your candidate.
15th of July. Okay, let's keep our fingers crossed.
If you
Look,
cannot make a candidate.
I don't want to be the one that will break it to you, but before 15th, you will see his running mate. A credible vice president, an articulate vice president, somebody that will join force with this young man and bring about the needed change we need in this country. Let's just keep
Mr. Henry, you saw the result from Ekiti State. You know, and you saw what Labour Party had. When other presidential candidates were going to Ekiti State to go campaign for their governorship candidate, your own principal was going to Egypt to go and learn the electricity on how electricity works in Egypt when he has not even won the election in Nigeria.
Mr. Ben, I never saw Atiku in Ekiti State. I didn't see Okowa in Ekiti State. Did you see them?
But you saw Tinubu.
Did you see Atiku?
You saw Tinubu.
Did this candidate win? He came out ahead.
You saw Tinubu.
Wait now. I'm asking you. So the way we are holding on to P2B, did you see Atiku there?
No.
Did you see Okowa there?
Did you see Tinubu, Mr. Henry, sir?
Tinubu?
Yes.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Okay. It's a matter of choice.
Okay.
It's a matter of choice. Okay. He mustn't go there.
What you are saying to me is your candidate does not value the people of Ekiti State. That's why he didn't go
No, that's not true. Okay. That's not true. That's not true. It happens that he had, I believe that what he went for will be of more value to this nation than being in Ekiti State. Even those that went, have you seen the level of hunger in this country?
You are saying
did you see?
Has not even won the election, Mr. Henry. Your candidate won the election. It's like putting the horse before the race, putting the race before the horse, or the horse before the race. Your candidate has not won the election. He should focus on mobilizing Nigerians. In the Ekiti State to win the election first. That's not going to Egypt.
No, he's back to the country already now. He's
After
back.
the election is come and gone.
Mr. Ben, do you think you and I know fully well that visiting another nation, like somebody like Peter Obi now, needing to visit like Egypt, it has been long projected. It has been long projected. And there was no way you could have cut it, I mean, refused to honor that invitation. There was no way. It came at a point that he needed to just go. So wait or without him, Mr. Ben, Ekiti State was a done deal.
Because
Reasons you know. Reasons you know. No. Reasons you know.
Excuses of your principal not participating. First of all, not able to choose a presidential running mate immediately. We are waiting. You guys are keeping us on wait. He couldn't go to Ekiti State to go and campaign for the Ekiti governorship election. And these are excuses that you already giving to us.
Okay, Mr. Ben. How long did it take Atiku to choose his running mate? You know when the primary was concluded, APC, did he just pick yesterday? Did he just pick a day after the primaries? Did he pick 1 week after the primaries? No, sir. No, sir. These things are not they're not rocket science. Consultations must be made. Whoever that must be chosen must be somebody that will carry the same vision with the presidential candidate.
Okay, let me divert a little bit, Mr. Henry. So, what is this ongoing talk between Labour Party and NMPP? You people trying to collide with
Mr. Ben, don't worry. Just in less than 1 week now, you see how things will start unfolding. You see, in fact, you become obedient. You see how things will start unfolding. Mr. Ben is laughing.
Don't forget that the same Kwankwaso that you people are wanting to go and meet.
Yes.
Is from the PDP.
Even Obi also came from the PDP.
So what change are you guys going to bring to the system? If you guys are going to have Kwankwaso as either your principal or your running mate?
Well, the key player here is not the VP. The key person here is the person of the president. That's the presidential candidate. That's Peter Obi himself. I think everything revolves around him. So whoever is the VP, I just feel is just somebody that can be there to help you just analyze and get things running. So the question you should have been asking me, do you think, and I'm asking you, Mr. Ben, sorry, do you think Peter Obi can deliver?
Did Peter Obi deliver in Anambra State, Mr. Henry? I'll bring the question back to you.
If he delivered in Anambra State, however,
yes,
facts are not hidden.
Okay.
You go to Anambra State and see for yourself.
So it's Anambra.
I don't know.
Now they talked about.
Of course, it's on ground. Everybody can attest to it. The man is selfless. He's the way to go. The ray from him, to be candid with you. If you remove Peter Obi from the picture, it's as good as APC is ruling. Yeah. Do you know why I also believe the young man can tremendously change the plight of this nation? I thank God so much that he left PDP.
Okay.
By the grace of God, if this man emerges, you will see a new government. Then you will know that we have technocrats in all walks of life that couldn't come into governance because maybe they don't have godfathers or they were not chosen, so to say. In every department, in all fields, you will know that we have people that are good, that are strong economists that can help to change the future of this country. But because they feel they are not politicians, there's no need to bring them in. Then you also see that This cabating will not be there. The president will have a free hand to do what he wants to do. Believe me, if P2B should have remained, if P2B had remained in PDP and Bonaventure wins the election, he will do little or nothing because the cabal, the guys there will not even allow him to function. And Nigeria desperately needs this new set of persons, not these old ones. We need this new set of persons, this new set of leaders with ideas, smart ideas, new set of persons that will take us from Egypt to the promised land. In fact, Mr. Ben, that's my case here. If I keep pushing now, some persons are calling my phone already. I don't want to pick the call. Some of my folks are calling my phone. Some of my friends are calling my phone. I don't want to pick that call. So that's just the truth, Mr. Ben. And I wish Nigeria can just go that route. Like
Does
this
Labour
pain.
Party has, Mr. Henry, does Labour
Yeah.
Party have the structure to deliver P2B as the president of Nigeria?
Please, Mr. Ben, what do you mean by structure? Can you explain?
As you know, there is no place in Nigeria where there is no PDP member. There is no ward.
Mm,
There is no local government.
mm,
There is no unit in Nigeria where there is
mm.
no PDP member, where there is no PDP agent. Does Labour Party have that capacity to have an agent in all the units in Nigeria?
The kind of movement going on presently, I don't think there's any part of this nation within the space of 2 months or 3 months. I don't think there's any part of this country presently that doesn't have a Labour Party member assistant. Forget the issue of secretariat and no. Okay, for example, now you saw the structure in Ekiti State. That's the structure you are trying to talk about. Agents that share money and people that collect money and buy vote. That's the structure. Why are you laughing, Mr. Ben? That's the structure. Though I saw Ikerekiti, when the voting didn't go their way, they dealt with those coppers, broke everything. Is that the structure you mean? When it doesn't go our way, just wreck the place. Is that the structure? Sir, the kind of movement going on is unstoppable. Give it time. In the next 5 months, then you will see. Then you will see. I'm a PDP man. I was born into it. But it's unfortunate that it's fortunate now that I'm obedient. So there's nothing anybody can do about it. After the election, after the presidential election, they will decide what to do. If we go back and re-amend the umbrella, we'll go and re-amend it. If we march forward, we'll march forward from there. So that's the reality on ground. We must secure this nation for our children, Mr. Ben. We must secure this nation for even our children unborn. But as it stands now, there's nothing left. I quote P2B. P2B said, if you want to go and share, there's nothing left to be shared again. Nothing. There's nothing left to be shared. Nothing to be shared. Everything is empty. Now we must rebuild. And get it from me, Mr. Ben. Building is not just, to rebuild is not an easy task. But the earlier we start it, the better for all of us. 1 kg of cooking gas. 1 kg of cooking gas now is 1,000 naira. Cooking gas. 1 kg.
But that's not
1 kg of diesel. One liter of diesel. Diesel now is close to 900 naira. How would those in manufacture? How would they produce? I have a bakery I manage in Asaba. Sir, we are about fooding. Because by the time you put all these things together, how much will you sell the bread to the poor man on the street that he can afford it? A bag of flour, when we started, we were buying for 9,085 thereabout. That same bag of Honeywell, you can browse it now, is 26,800. One bag of flour. How many loaves of bread would come out for one bag of flour? Then how much, after putting all the effort, sugar, butter, and all that, then how much will you sell that loaf of bread? The country is grinded. It's grinded. We don't need people that will tell us stories. We need a president that will hit the ground running. That has, forget useless policies that we are good at it. Nigeria has Nigerian government has one of the best policies so far. Implementation is shit. Implementation is nothing. In fact, if they open their policy book, wow, put it to work. A country with 3 refineries that none is working, Mr. Ben, 3. And NNPC, we have close to 10 to 20,000 staffs in a system that is not producing. So the question is, why are they paying them salary? They have board of directors. They have DG. These guys go home. If I'm not mistaken, they're one of the highest paid civil servants, NNPC. And yet, P2B said some few months ago, he said he did a research. And look at what he discovered. In the last 6 years, NNPC has not remitted 1 naira. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. 1 naira to the federal government. 1 naira. Atiku, Dangote, if Dangote, a private man, can build a refinery, then a nation cannot even have one running. Do you think, I don't know how you are seeing it. Do you think we are heading to the right direction? Or we are doomed even while we are still working? So, Mr. Ben, it is not a question of my friend. No. We need to get these things right. We need to get it right. And this is if you fail in 2023, you add more 8 years. Well, I rest my case. So
Okay.
that's it.
As we start winding down, what is going to be the priority of P2B's government?
Like you said,
hunger or fixing the economy?
I just give you one. He said, and I believe he can do it with his wealth of experience, I want to change Nigeria from being a consuming nation to a producing nation. I think that is what we need. That is what we need. We don't produce anything. Down to toothpick, Mr. Ben. You know. Pencil, ordinary pencil, you know. So tell me now. Virtually everything that we consume in this country, they have been imported. Everything. No country will grow like this. No economy grows this way. None. If you have anyone, please just share with us. No economy grows that way. You don't give out anything. Down to our crude oil. We carry our crude oil. We have the crude oil, but we can't refine. I'm not talking about refining the one you sell. Even the one we use as indigents, we can't. Something is wrong, Mr. Ben. And the earlier we try to fix it, the better for everybody. So if we can transcend from being a consuming nation to a producing nation, I think we are getting back to the track. Don't you think so, Mr. Ben?
I'm listening to you, sir.
Okay.
I am.
So that is it. The issue of security and all that, poverty. The issue of insecurity, right? Poverty. Poverty. And these leaders know they know the problem, they know they know the solution, but they've refused. They rather prefer to keep the masses down and eat with their two hands and only shout, don't worry, we'll take care of it. The armies are working and all that. Sir, they are doing nothing. Did you listen to Akeredolu, Ondo State Governor, during the funeral mass, during the mass burial?
No, sir.
Okay. He said, I failed. We failed. The federal government failed these people in the casket. We failed to protect them, which is one of our fundamental function, to protect lives and property. He said we failed. Nothing. I have nothing to say. I can't be shy about it. We failed them, and today they are dead. What a nation. Sabine,
thank you very much for indulging
God
us
bless you.
this evening. It's been informative. It's been explosive at the same time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Please like and share this video wherever you're watching us from. You know, get your friends, get your family to like our page. You know, as we bring you current updates of what's happening in Nigeria. Have a good evening and God bless.